wondering, as someone who prefers fantasy over biographies, Too Close to the Falls was the perfect turning point for me, as the whole thing is just a compilation of memories from early childhood to late, set out in a linear fashion. The story is also comedic and intriguing, that the author talks about her undiagnosed ADHD that led her to work full-time at age 4 to keep her out of trouble. Not that stops her from getting in trouble. As someone who becomes a psychologist in later life, her unpacking of her undiagnosed ADHD in her academics and her religious guilt is a take that is shown rather than told. As a neurodiverse person, she really talks about her confusion during these times on abstract concepts and why society seems to be so sexist. If you want to avoid spoilers, please skip to the very end, where I will be giving my out of 10. My favourite part of this book was when she gets an assignment at her Catholic school to write about a modern day saint, which leads her to decide to skip the last half of school to venture up to the tip, where she believes a ostracized member of the community will allow her to interview them. I love how she just bends the rules whilst actively trying to be academic, and I especially like how when she does this, she seems to balance adult ideas with childish ones. She's thinking about getting there before nightfall and being unsure when she's going to eat, while also pretending to be an English settler / adventurer on a journey. However, my least favourite part, and also the most striking part of the novel, is only described as pedophilic references at the end of the book, with her friend in late high school, who I'm guessing is between 16 and 18, maybe, revealed to her that she had been hooking up with the priest who was supposed to have sworn off sex, and who, before this is revealed, actually takes the author out for lunch and buys her wine. Nothing happens, but it's really strange and it gives me this icky feeling. And the whole reveal and everything, and the way, she realizes how the man was acting to her wasn't just purely out of interest for God and Jesus, seems to I don't know, it's just really striking. It doesn't make for a happy ending, but definitely a startling one. Overall, I'd give it a 8 out of 10, would recommend to other neurodiverse readers or psychology buffs interested in the neurodiverse. However, would not recommend for essay survivors unless you're willing to skip the last few chapters.